Hi guys, welcome back to Wheezy Junction for what will be update number 5, I believe. Before I start, I just need to apologise for update number 4. I did play it back, and on playing it back I realised that I'd mentioned that I was going to put some footage of me cleaning coach wheels in the update, and I never put it in. A senior moment took over and it never appeared, so firstly, apologies for that. If you were scanning through, waiting to see the wonderful, the job of cleaning wheels, I apologise. It didn't go on because, as I say, a senior moment took over, and I forgot all about it. So, first of all, apologies to that. Secondly, on a little bit of a note on suppliers and shops within the industry, people we buy our equipment from, I have to say I have had some absolutely amazing dealings with a few companies just lately. I've managed to purchase a few more bits and pieces, which we will see as the updates go on and as the layout grows. But I bought this is from Hatton's, I believe. I bought a Class 121 bubble car, that of the Dapol brand. Oops, dropping the paperwork. Sorry about that. Don't know whether you can pick that one up. The light's shining off of it. Absolutely amazing model. Really, really good. Really good. Very pleased with it. It's probably better if I did that. I'm not going to get it out because it is quite tight to get out, and yeah, it's in the BR green with whiskers. Amazing model, as I say, great detail on it, and very, very happy with it. But I noticed that when I programmed it onto the track with my other controller, of which there is a story related to this as well, with my other controller, I noticed that the lights weren't working. When I went in reverse, there were no backlights on it, and it didn't switch ends to reverse. So I read the manual that came with it, and it said that you'd probably have to play around with the CVs, with the programming of the CVs on the chip, because it was chip fitted. So yeah, okay, fine. Me thinking this is a little bit beyond me. But to go back to the controller, that was on my easy command, and I could have run it around. I did run it around on factory setting number 3, factory address number 3. I'd actually had, this was from Hatton's. I purchased at the same time the Paracab Pro, and I must admit, I'm one happy bunny with this. This gives you, with the help of the manual, all you need to know about programming your CVs, putting in addresses, etc. Now, I'm a novice at this, complete novice, and I have to say, woo, I probably still am. And I would be in a much, much worse situation now if it wasn't for, and this is my second shout out, and the one that I'm most pleased to be able to tell you about because it's helped me out of a great hole. DCC Supplies. They are the dealer for all Dapol servicing work, etc. I rang the guys because following the manual to program the lights on the Class 121, I actually managed to naff it right up. It wouldn't run. I don't know what I did. I was at it so long, I was pressing buttons, I didn't really take in what I was pushing and didn't understand a lot of the bits. I was probably reading from one page when I should have been reading from that page, following that page and reading on the other page. Anyway, a lady called Fiona at DCC Supplies. Now, if you do have any dealings with DCC Supplies, guys, give her a mention, tell her that you've heard about her from here. You've probably had dealings with her, let me know. Absolute star. What a wonderful woman. I rang her. I was completely honest. I could have blagged it and said, you know, it's a problem with them. And she said, on answering the phone, hello, DCC Supplies. I said, have you got an idiots department there? And she said, yeah, I'm probably the idiot. So we got off on a great start to open the conversation. I said, no, I'm the idiot. I've done, and I told her exactly what I'd done. And she said, oh my God, she just laughed and she said, don't worry. She said, luckily, she's got an NCE power cab. She knows it inside out and she knows of the 121, but she'd have to go back and just have a read through the CVs, etc. on it. And she would get back to me with an email with step-by-step instructions. Fiona, you're an absolute star, I must admit. And like I said, DCC Supplies, thank you very much. Fiona got me out of a big hole, and I did manage to do it on my power cab. I followed her instructions to the letter, although it did tell me I had a short on the track, because I haven't got a program track, so I was trying to do it on the main track with nothing else on there, of course. And it was telling me I had a short. Well, I didn't have a short. I know I haven't got a short. I went all the way around with the little train thing that I've got, Train Tech track tester, and I definitely haven't got a short anywhere. So it was telling me that, but I just ignored that and went on to the next step. And everything worked, and the lights work both directions. It works front, when it's going forward, it's got white light at the front and red light at the rear. And when you switch direction, it's got vice versa. So Fiona, yeah, thank you very, very much, my dear. You got me out of a hole. And that is my big shout out to DCC Supplies. If you ever get a problem with the Dapol engine, loco, piece of machinery, they help me. They help me. You may have had some bad experience, I don't know. But they have certainly helped me. So thank you very, very much. On another note then, this layout is going to, or this update, sorry, is going to involve some footage that I've taken of various trains, a bit of an introduction into what I've got, what I'm running around here. And the era I'm trying to portray is the same as many people do. It's not quite a heritage line yet, although it's probably going that way. It's supposed to be mainly set in the 60s, 50s and 60s up to 67, 55 to 67, where the diesels were coming in and replacing the steam. Mainly because I've had trouble in the past with steam engines not being able to pull very many coaches because the tender is obviously the motor on, especially my Tornado. Well, I've managed to find a problem that I had with Tornado. I've put some weight in the back of it, some little liquid gravity from Deluxe. I managed to get a bit of that in there. There's not really a lot of room to put anything, but I did manage to put some in. I managed to weight it down a little bit more. It didn't make any difference whatsoever. But I did notice, and this is where the wheel cleaning is going to come in, that I had some very, very dirty wheels, and I had a wheel that wasn't very free. It was quite stiff. So again, all part of the wheel cleaning video, which will come up very soon within this update. So I think it's quite important to keep an eye on your wheels. If you drop something, they could quite easily come off of the bogie there. And I had two sets of coaches with two different sets of wheels that were very stiff, and the Tornado was trying to pull against that, and obviously it wouldn't go up the hills. Hence why I'm sort of more into the diesel side of things and not too much steam. But on saying that, and as you'll see in the footage, I managed to pull 5 coaches up a 2% gradient, absolutely no problem whatsoever. I put 6 on it, struggles a little bit, but 5, that's more than I need anyway. So I'm more than happy that I've got my Tornado back, and everything's good. So in this update, you will get some running of the locos that I've got there. Some of the ones I've done. There's 1 or 2 I haven't put on. They're not really fitting in with the era, and there's another one I forgot all about. But there we go. It will come in at some point. And at some point, when it's not quite such a muddle and I've got a little bit more done, I will give you a little bit of a tour of where the layout goes, etc. But for now, yeah, some wheel cleaning, some running, and shout out to DCC Supplies and Fiona in particular. That's it for now, guys. Please enjoy. Like, subscribe if you do like it. Of course, like and subscribe. Hit the bell, and you'll get notifications as and when we post them. So thanks for looking in. I'll see you soon. Hi guys, just a little tutorial if you like, or a bit of a heads up. I'm into end gauges, I think most of you are probably aware of, but I've just bought some coaches, some end gauge coaches on eBay. It was through a shop actually that's advertising on eBay, quite a well-known brand from Yorkshire. I won't name the names because there's nothing wrong with the product, and you know, it's not for me to advertise anybody's services, but I got a pretty good deal on these coaches. There was a rake of 4 of them, I believe, but when they got to me, I noticed that they were quite wobbly on the way round, and they have what I call ass wobble, or they waddle like a duck, for the want of a better word. So on further investigation, I managed to spot, whether you can put the camera and pick that out, all the built up grime on the wheels, and there's quite a few of these. So I thought, okay, we'll get some, take all the wheels off of some of my coaches as well, to be honest. New ones I've had a little while, they weren't quite as bad, but there's a little bit of carbon build up, and we've got some Track Magic put inside a jar. Put the little lid on and give it a bit of a shake. They've been soaking in there for probably half an hour or so. This one was actually soaking before I started the video, so it's already well soaked. And with a little bit of effort and a little bit of scraping, a wet wipe. That's all it is a wet wipe with nothing on it. Straight out the packet. And they actually come up really, really clean. But this has set me thinking that, you know, perhaps I need to look at the whole of my stock, which I've done. And I'm actually amazed how much carbon they pick up from the rails. And I think it's something that we need to keep on top of and keep clean. Because obviously we all look after the train, the loco wheels, but do we ever think about our coaches and our wagons? Back-to-back gauge, if anybody's got it, while I've got them off, just checking the distance between the wheels, and then that one's okay. And yeah, just thought you might be aware of that, or want to be aware of that. Yeah, I think we need to look after our wheels. I'm going to carry on with this. Thanks for your interest. So now we have a scene at Tetbury, and it's practically finished. Just a few little detailing bits to do. It was time to run some trains to see what they look like going into the station. I forgot where the brake was for a second there, so it stopped quite sharply. But my Class 121 from Dapol coming in there, which was mentioned in the intro video, and a few little running shots of that. Lovely little engine now, it's all working correctly. So yeah, really pleased with it. Would recommend this model to anybody, and it fits in quite well with the Tetbury layout, as it was. It's the nearest I can get to what used to go in and out of Tetbury. So there, the Class 121 bubble car. This is one of the ones I mentioned that are out of the era, but very much going to be part of the layout. It's the HST in recognition of, obviously they've stopped running now, and the new 800s have taken over. So I have purchased in the GWR green HST. Yeah, the green GWR green HST actually comes from Dapol, direct from as a brand new unit from Dapol, with 2 coaches. I have purchased another 2. I did have an issue with them uncoupling from the main body. They've got a slightly different system on the coaches and the loco for coupling. It's this new closed coupling, which I do have a slight issue with. On speaking to somebody else, apparently Dapol are aware of it, so a little bit of blue tack should fix it. Now that's the response from the manufacturer, so keep your ears open, guys, there's probably going to be more to come. Absolutely love this loco, the Class 37 in the BR green again, early emblem. Absolute smooth as smooth can be. It is now. It did have a bit of a problem. I did manage to strip it down and put everything back together, and it runs absolutely smooth as smooth. It's on a bit of goods at the moment. I've usually got some coaches behind it, but they're all having their wheels cleaned at the moment. Dapol Class 27. Now this was the very, very first diesel loco that I ever bought. It can be a bit of a noisy runner. I think it's just down to the gearing, but it is one of my very early favourites, and it pulls very, very well. It looks just as good with goods or coaches behind, and it was a little bit of an intermittent runner with the DCC chip that was in it when I bought it. I changed the chip for a Bachmann, the Bachmann N-Gauge, the 565 something or other, 365. I'll find out the number and let you know. But since that chip's been in it, it runs like a dream. I love this one a lot. My very first diesel loco, Class 27 from Dapol. Came factory fitted with its own chip. I changed it for the Bachmann NEM C651 local decoder number 36/568. The Class 108 DMU in BR green, I've just realised this is the only footage I've actually got of this one running around, and it does go with the Class 47, which you'll see again in a minute. I think I've put this footage up before, I'm not 100% sure, but you will see it going around. There's the Class 47 going on up, and you do see the Class 108. I will do this one a bit more in depth because it fits in with Tetbury quite well. Okay, on to steam then. Now I know this one's quite a new engine as far as steam locomotives are concerned. But in with the wheel cleaning earlier on, this is the footage I have now got of my Tornado, which is my favourite loco that I've managed to purchase. And as you can see, quite happily, it is pulling 5 coaches. Now this is the hill, this is the 2% rise, and it's quite happily pulling 5 coaches up there. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. And as it comes around the back there somewhere, there we go, slightly downhill now, but amazing locomotive. Absolutely chuffed to bits with this one. It's my favourite, as I say, and it looks really, really good with the GWR chocolate and cream coaches. On to the 4MT tank engine. This one's been horrible. On my second layout it was really horrible, it didn't want to run anywhere. On this layout my track laying is much, much better, and I have to say I'm chuffed to bits with it. They're all coming fast and furious now. This is my Class 52, recently purchased from Model Railways Direct in Bristol. Absolute brilliant guys to deal with. If you need anything of any scale, they are fantastic. Always turns up next day, and they're always quick to help you out with a problem. You'll see my Castle classed Era running around here as well. That is one of the ones I did forget, but for all you train buffs out there, there it is running around there. There we are. I think it's Castle class, or is it All class? But yeah, great little runner. My Class 52 is actually the Firebrand named Class 52. These were built in Swindon and a couple were built in Crewe, I believe, which is the main reason that I've purchased one, because it's my local town of Swindon. It's just 15 miles up the road, and the fact that they were built in Swindon, obviously I need to run them around on the track. I'm probably going to buy another one of these because they are amazing runners. I'm really, really happy with that. Equally as good with coaches, or again with good stock, but they look really, really good, and this is an absolute phenomenal runner. So there you go guys, some trains running around, and you've seen a little bit more of the layout than you would normally see. Again, thank you to DCC Supplies, in particular Fiona, to Hattons and to Model Railways Direct down at Bristol, for all the help and for the goods that they sell, as well as a few other people that I could mention, but it would be really, really unfair to start to mention you, because I would forget. Some great help out there from lots of people within the Model Rail network and from the Engage forum, who are a massive help when you need them. And it's just great that we've got this little community going, and yeah, enjoying this, really enjoying the ride. So thanks to all. Don't forget, like and subscribe, share this with whoever you can. It's nice that it's out there. It's nice that, you know, we're all part of a little network. So take care guys, see you next time, bye.